people might check out your music, but why don't they come back to it? What are the actual reasons you can control regarding the music itself? There are a few reasons that I want to go over in this video, so this is probably part one. But I think it's really important regardless, because a lot of people are more quantity over quality, and a lot of other people are more quality over quantity. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I think the sweet spot is in between the two, where they're equal. And I know maybe it's different for everyone, but where they're equal to a degree that works best for you, and where even the creation of the content alone is its own promotion. Where just putting it out like it does, its own distribution, by word of mouth, that's just the most organic, fucking grass-fed, homegrown way of marketing, in my opinion, even though a majority of it is done through social media. But you know how much effective word-of-mouth advertising happens offline? It's like 93% or something. I heard it once in a book about virality. I'll link it in the description if you guys want to check out the reviews. I forget what it's called, but I'll probably figure it out. Even though social media is becoming like the new reality in a way, but I don't think it requires your monitoring or anything like that. I think it's just a matter of consistently making and dropping unique, dope content. So here are the reasons. Number one is catchiness. People don't seem to understand that a lot of music on the charts is just very fucking catchy. It's very repetitive. It gets into your head very fast. Like before the end of one listen. If it gets into their head in less than one listen, they're probably gonna want to listen again. Think of those times when you listen to a song for the first time and you wake up with it in your head the next day, and you feel the need to listen to it again. That happened to me with Venom by Eminem. You could theoretically have a song with no chorus at all, but that's not gonna stick as well as something that's super catchy. You need to be able to write catchy, repetitive hooks, earworm hooks, or have another artist do them for you, like yours truly, which by the way is free at the moment. My new beats actually come with and without hooks, because I'm a producer too. There's a link in the description if you guys want to check those out. But if you have issues with hook writing yourself, I have a video on it. I think it's actually one of my best videos yet as far as information. There's a lot of really gold information in there compared to my other videos, maybe. But a lot of artists can write hooks. A lot of other ones, maybe they have a little bit of trouble with it, you could say. So pay attention to catchiness. Number two is quality. I have listened in the last 2 or 3 years to probably thousands of underground rap, pop, and fucking probably EDM songs even. I've written and recorded part of, or more than, probably like at least 100 of them. And I don't mean to brag by saying that. Rather, I just mean to state credentials to hold up my statement that the biggest thing I think holds artists back from making actually like great quality music is their mixing. The one part that they don't even really do themselves.
Typically.
If you have a good song but bad mixing, I don't know about consumers, I think it's an unconscious thing for them, but they'll notice, but it might be hard for them to like pinpoint.
But I definitely will not come back to that shit at all.
Maybe other people will, but that relies on things like branding, connection to the audience, and other stuff like that, which like I said, it doesn't have to do entirely with the music by any means. But do you really just want to rely on that? Shit bro, why not have all your bases covered? You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time paying attention to and analyzing the pop charts on Billboard so I can make remixes of those songs, and it's like, hey, if you like my remix to this one, maybe you'll like my remix to this one. Because YouTube itself is always like, if you like this song on the top charts, maybe you'll like this one too. If all of the remixes are done by me, then I think that's pretty effective. So I'm always looking at which ones are gonna move where and how long. And one thing I've noticed that literally every single one of them has in common is high quality mixing. It doesn't require thousands of dollars either, unless you're trying to do it yourself. I do mixing services, to be honest. I'd rather sell beats than mixing services, so it's not something I'm actively looking to do right now. But I feel like it definitely doesn't cost as much as a lot of artists probably think. Before I started selling them, in fact, I was actually mixing songs for free. I was hitting up artists everywhere I can, like, hey, could I mix your song for free? Let me impress you and let me help you in any way I can. Lots of producers will sell mixing services at very cheap prices. But if you're gonna hit up a producer or just engineer for this, I would really highly recommend checking out their work first, especially their newer work. Does it sound like radio quality? I have had many artists come to me with mixes of their songs done by other producers who don't offer revisions for free, which is fine. I mean, that's the way they do things. These artists are coming to have me redo their mixes. And I swear that by checking out a producer's latest work, at least first, you will save lots of money and time for yourself that you can spend on higher quality mixing. And so many other things. A mix can make or break your song, it really can. And a master can make or break a mix in some ways too. But number 3 is Maya, M-A-Y-A. This is a term coined by Raymond Loewy, or Lewy. I have no idea how the fuck you pronounce his name. Nobody knows knows who he is, but he was in industrial design. He's actually known as the father of industrial design and the man who shaped America. He's from like the 1800s or something. I actually have a song that I named after the term and what it means. I'll link that in the description too. But Apple low-key uses this term, Maya, as their motto when it comes to the design of their products. It stands for most advanced yet acceptable. It is the most unique thing the general public is willing to consume. And these four letters together can easily describe the reason any song on the charts, meme, movie, everything that's popular blows up like the newest thing that hasn't been done before, but at the same time it kind of has. I know that sounds like it makes no fucking sense, but if your music does not stylistically separate itself from everything, or at least your brand, you will probably not stand out. You'll fit in. And fitting in, when we were all younger, that's what the cool kids did. But after you grow up, the people who fit in then and now are the ones who, unless changed whether by themselves or others, live quiet lives hoping to safely
Tiptoe to their...
And I feel like that's what happens. And I don't know about you, but I don't like the idea of that. So if I were you, I would personally probably be learning everything I can about myself that makes me different from others so I can exploit. I mean, if it's something like race or gender, I probably ideally wouldn't do such a thing, but I'm talking about personality, sense of humor, fashion, philosophy, what you want out of life, what you love, what you desire, what you fear. Chances are the people most attracted to you and your brand who keep coming back to you are more similar to those things for themselves than you might think, because you attract what you are, not what you want. Now, the reason all this is important is that people associate your sound with your reputation and presentation of yourself, because those things feed off of each other and they kind of melt into what over time kind of turns into your brand. What people can expect of you that they know you're pretty much going to deliver. So it's like what you need to deliver are the most unique aspects of yourself, the most advanced, the ones that make you stand out. But you also need to be able to relate to others, be acceptable, and fit in somehow. Because by only standing out, you might not get as much out of other people, and they're probably not going to get as much out of you. And I think that alone is very important. In the last couple of years, I learned that a huge part of persuasion and rapport building is understanding, relating, and empathizing with the person you're targeting. And it is easier to relate when you know what your relatable qualities are. So I would really think about those two. But if you hear all this and think it's bullshit, I think you should probably try listening to Drake's music, Cardi B's music, Kendrick Lamar's music, Post Malone's music, Maroon 5's music, and check out interviews with all these guys. Their music is really relatable. There are relatable aspects of it and them, but it's also really unique. And not just because of their sounds, but because of the full pictures they paint with them and the lyrics. If you have anything else you want me to talk about in other videos, let me know in the comments, and I'll give you a shout out if and when I use them. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. There are links at the bottom of the description of all my social media. Also at the bottom of the description, there's a link to my new production kits, where you can find all the equipment and software that I use to make music. If you guys buy any, then I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos for you guys. I made all the beats in this video. If you want to use them, you can find them at samuel.world. Make sure to leave a like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on that little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.